The quantum sensors beneath Mount Fuji pulsed silently in their underground chamber, their crystalline matrices detecting ripples in space-time that no conventional telescope could perceive. Dr. Maya Patel stood before the central monitoring station, her dark eyes fixed on the cascade of data streaming across the holographic display. The disturbance was unlike anything they'd detected in the 15 years since the quantum detection grid went online. "Director Chen needs to see this," she muttered, her fingers dancing across the neural interface. In the adjacent chamber, artificial intelligence systems processed the quantum fluctuations, building a picture of what approached Earth from the depths of space. Within minutes, the secure quantum communication network lit up. Similar detections were pouring in from installations hidden beneath the Atacama Desert, the Antarctic ice sheet, and the Sahara. Whatever was coming, it was big enough to create ripples in the fabric of reality itself. Admiral James Chen materialized in the control room via quantum projection, his holographic form indistinguishable from reality. "Talk to me, Dr. Patel. What are we looking at?" Maya gestured, expanding the holographic model. "A fleet, sir. At least 30 vessels, each massive enough to distort spacetime. They're using some form of dimensional drive we've never encountered before." She paused, manipulating the data stream. "But here's the interesting part. They're not trying to hide. In fact, their approach seems deliberately visible to conventional detection methods." Chen's expression remained neutral, but his eyes sparkled with interest. "They want to be seen. They're expecting to find a primitive civilization that would be awed by their arrival." "Exactly," Maya nodded. "They have no idea we've moved beyond electromagnetic detection systems. Our quantum grid is picking up details about their technology that I don't think they realize they're broadcasting." The Admiral walked through the holographic display, studying the fleet's formation. Humanity had prepared for this moment for decades, ever since the first quantum sensors detected evidence of alien civilizations. But rather than announce their technological achievements to the cosmos, Earth's leaders had chosen a different path. They had hidden their advancement, developing technologies along paths that other civilizations had overlooked. "Initiate Protocol Omega," Chen commanded. "Let's show them exactly what they expect to see." Around the planet, humanity's most advanced technologies disappeared behind quantum camouflage fields. Orbital defense platforms masked themselves as primitive satellites. The quantum communication network went dark, replaced by easily detectable radio transmissions. Earth transformed itself into the image of a developing civilization, complete with visible military installations that would appear formidable to a less advanced species, but laughably primitive to the approaching fleet. Maya's team worked tirelessly, ensuring the deception was perfect. The aliens would scan Earth with their advanced sensors, and they would see exactly what humanity wanted them to see: a planet on the verge of achieving interstellar travel, ripe for guidance from a superior civilization. In the depths of the Pacific Ocean, the true extent of human advancement hummed quietly. The quantum core, a massive artificial intelligence system integrated with the planet's magnetic field, monitored every aspect of the approaching fleet. It analyzed their technology, their capabilities, and most importantly, their assumptions. "They're scanning us now," Maya reported, watching the quantum fluctuations. "Their technology is impressive, but predictable. They've developed along conventional lines, advancing their energy manipulation and material science. They never made the breakthrough into quantum mechanics that we did." Chen smiled slightly. "Then they're in for quite a surprise if they try to demonstrate their superiority through force." He turned to Maya. "Continue monitoring. Let them think their scans are revealing everything. But be ready. The moment they try to prove their dominance, we'll show them that the path to advancement isn't always a straight line." As the alien fleet drew closer, humanity waited patiently behind its mask of primitive technology. The greatest deception wasn't in hiding their advanced technology. It was in showing just enough to convince the aliens they had seen everything worth seeing. In orbit, Automated defense satellites disguised as communication relays tracked the approaching ships. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, quantum computers modeled every possible first contact scenario. And in installations around the world, men and women like Maya Patil maintained their vigilant watch, ready to reveal that humanity had long since surpassed the level of development their visitors expected to find. The game was about to begin, and only one side knew all the rules. The alien fleet emerged from their dimensional transit near Jupiter's orbit, their massive ships gleaming with an iridescent sheen that defied conventional material science. In the Quantum Command Center, Maya watched their arrival through sensors that could perceive reality on levels the visitors hadn't imagined possible. "They're arranging themselves in a standard ceremonial pattern," she reported to Admiral Chen. "Their formation suggests they're following a well-established first contact protocol." The fleet's flagship, a vessel that dwarfed anything humanity pretended to possess, took position at the head of their formation. Its hull rippled with energy patterns that would have seemed magical to the primitive civilization they expected to find. "They're preparing their first broadcast," Maya announced, monitoring the quantum fluctuations. "Standard electromagnetic transmission, designed to be picked up by our primitive communication systems." The message arrived exactly as predicted, flooding every frequency with crystalline clarity. "People of Earth, we come as representatives of the Galactic Concordat. Your civilization has achieved sufficient advancement to warrant contact. We offer guidance and protection as you take your first steps into the galactic community." In the White House Situation Room, President Sarah Monroe watched the transmission with carefully controlled amusement. "They certainly don't lack for confidence," she observed. "Admiral, how are they responding to our technological facade?" "They're completely convinced," Chen replied through his quantum projection. "Their scans show exactly what we want them to see, a patchwork of competing nation-states, primitive nuclear weapons, and basic space stations. Dr. Patel's team has even included some deliberately visible security vulnerabilities to make the deception more convincing." Above the planet, humanity's true defensive grid remained invisible, operating on principles the aliens had never conceived. Their quantum-entangled satellites, microscopic but impossibly powerful, maintained their camouflage while gathering data about the visitors' every move. The alien flagship launched a series of probe drones, their sensors probing Earth's apparent defenses. Maya's team fed them carefully crafted data, building a picture of a civilization that would appear advanced enough to contact, but primitive enough to guide. "They're particularly interested in our military installations," Maya noted, watching the alien scan patterns. "Their probes are focusing on our missile silos, aircraft carriers, and space-based weapons platforms." "Of course they are," Chen smiled. "They're assessing how easily they could dominate us if negotiations don't go their way. Let them see our decoy systems. The quantum defense grid remains undetectable to their technology." In orbit, the alien probes mapped Earth's military capabilities with meticulous precision, cataloging weapons that humanity had actually outgrown decades ago. Their reports painted a picture of a species on the brink of interstellar capability, but still bound by the limitations of conventional physics. The alien commander, Supreme Leader Vexthor, received these reports with satisfaction. The holographic displays aboard their flagship showed exactly what they expected: a developing civilization that would benefit from their guidance. Their sensors revealed nuclear weapons that could devastate cities, but couldn't touch their shielded ships. They saw space stations that seemed ambitious by local standards, but primitive by their own. What they couldn't see was the quantum eye watching their every move, analyzing their technology, and preparing countermeasures they couldn't imagine. They didn't detect the dimensional processors hidden in Earth's core, running simulations of every possible scenario. And they certainly didn't notice the nanoscale quantum satellites that had already mapped their fleet's every weakness. "They're preparing for their demonstration," Maya reported, reading the energy fluctuations from the alien fleet. "Standard protocol for them: show overwhelming technological superiority, then offer protection and guidance." President Monroe's expression hardened slightly. And we'll let them try. Admiral Chen, is everything in place for our response? Yes, Madam President. The moment they attempt their display of force, they'll learn that appearances can be deceiving. Dr. Patel's team has prepared a demonstration of our own. Throughout the Quantum Command Center, humans and AIs worked in seamless coordination, maintaining the illusion of primitive technology, while preparing to reveal just how far humanity had advanced. The aliens' confidence in their superiority was about to become their greatest weakness. As the alien fleet positioned themselves for their show of force, humanity's hidden strength waited patiently. The greatest shock wouldn't be the revelation of advanced technology. It would be the discovery that Earth had developed along a completely different path, achieving things the galactic Concordat had never imagined possible. Supreme Leader Vexthor stood on the command deck of their flagship, their crystalline exoskeleton reflecting the holographic displays surrounding them. Begin the demonstration sequence, they commanded. Target their largest orbital platform. Minimal power. We want to awe them, not destroy their civilization. The alien fleet moved with practiced precision, their ships arranging themselves in an attack formation that had cowed countless developing civilizations. Their weapon systems charged, creating spectacular displays of energy that were meant to be seen by the primitive sensors they believed Earth possessed. In the Quantum Command Center, Maya watched the aliens' preparations with growing anticipation. They're targeting the International Space Station Beta, she reported. Just as predicted. It's the most visible symbol of our space presence. Perfect, Admiral Chen replied, his holographic form showing a hint of satisfaction. They have no idea it's been empty for years, serving as nothing more than elaborate bait. President Monroe, shall we proceed with protocol revelation? The President's quantum projection nodded. Execute the protocol. Let's show our visitors that there's more than one path to the stars. Maya's fingers danced across the quantum interface as she initiated the sequence they had prepared for decades. Throughout Earth's hidden defense grid, systems that operated on principles the aliens couldn't comprehend hummed to life. The alien fleet's primary weapon fired, sending a lance of concentrated plasma toward the space station. The energy beam, powerful enough to vaporize a small mountain, streaked toward its target with devastating purpose. On Earth's surface, millions watched through their devices, many recording what they believed would be a moment of alien triumph. Then reality itself seemed to hiccup. The plasma beam struck what appeared to be empty space a kilometer from the station, and simply vanished. No explosion, no destruction, not even a flash of light. The energy just ceased to exist. In the alien flagship's command center, alarms blared. Impossible, Vexthor's second-in-command exclaimed. The energy readings, they're gone. Complete quantum dissolution. Before the aliens could process this impossibility, the space around their fleet began to change. The seemingly empty void filled with points of light, each smaller than a grain of sand. Millions of quantum satellites, previously invisible to their sensors, revealed themselves in a dazzling display of geometric precision. Full scan. Vexthor commanded, their confidence cracking. I want to know what we're dealing with. Sir, their science officer responded, mandibles clicking in agitation. These devices, they're operating on principles we don't understand. They're manipulating quantum fields in ways our theories say are impossible. Maya allowed herself a small smile as she monitored the aliens' confusion through the quantum grid. They're attempting to analyze our quantum network with conventional sensors, she reported. Should we give them a better look? Admiral Chen nodded. Show them what they're really dealing with. The quantum satellites moved in perfect synchronization, forming complex patterns that bent space itself. The alien scan beams were caught in quantum entanglement fields, their own technology turned into windows through which they could witness humanity's true capabilities. Through these forced windows, the alien fleet saw Earth's actual defense grid. Dimensional processors that made their most advanced computers look primitive. Energy manipulation systems that didn't just control power, but rewrote the laws of physics on a local level. And most shockingly, AI systems that had evolved beyond mere digital consciousness into quantum state beings. "This is impossible," Vexthor whispered, watching their society's understanding of technology crumble. "They're supposed to be primitive. Their development path, everything we detected, was exactly what we wanted you to see." Admiral Chen's voice echoed through their command center, transmitted through quantum entanglement channels their ships couldn't block. "Humanity chose a different path. While you focused on mastering energy and matter, we explored the fundamental nature of reality itself." The quantum satellites continued their dance, each movement demonstrating capabilities that defied the aliens' understanding of physics. Their fleet's defensive shields, based on energy manipulation, proved useless against weapons that simply altered probability fields, making it impossible for atoms to maintain their bonds. "We could have destroyed your fleet the moment you arrived." Maya's voice joined the transmission. "But that's not our way. We wanted to show you that there's more than one path to the stars. That true advancement comes from exploring all possibilities, not just the obvious ones." As if to emphasize this point, the quantum grid created a localized time dilation field around the alien flagship. For a brief moment, Vexthor and their crew experienced time at a different rate than the rest of their fleet, a casual demonstration of humanity's mastery over the forces that governed reality itself. The alien fleet hung motionless in Earth's orbit, their once imposing ships now seeming less like harbingers of advanced civilization and more like relics of a limited perspective. In their flagship's command center, Supreme Leader Vexthor struggled to process the paradigm shift they were experiencing. "Show us," they finally transmitted, their voice carrying a mix of fear and fascination. "Show us how you achieved this level of advancement without following the standard technological progression." Maya glanced at Admiral Chen, who nodded his approval. "Perhaps a demonstration would help them understand," she suggested, her fingers already dancing across the quantum interface. The space between Earth and the alien fleet shimmered as a quantum hologram materialized, larger than any projection the aliens had ever witnessed. But this was no mere image. It was a window into reality itself, showing the underlying quantum structure of the universe. "While your civilization focused on manipulating matter and energy," Maya explained, her voice carried through quantum channels, "we discovered that reality itself is far more mutable than classical physics suggested. We didn't build bigger engines or more powerful weapons. We learned to speak the universe's native language." The hologram shifted, showing the historical progression of human technology. But instead of the expected path through industrial and atomic ages, it revealed how humanity had discovered quantum manipulation almost by accident, through experiments in consciousness and artificial intelligence. "Our first breakthrough," Admiral Chen narrated, "came when we realized that consciousness itself was a quantum phenomenon. This led us to develop AI systems that didn't just process information, but existed in quantum superposition." The alien scientists aboard their ships watched in stunned fascination as the display showed how human quantum computers had evolved into true quantum intelligences, beings that could perceive and manipulate reality at its most fundamental level. "Impossible," one of Vexthor's science officers whispered. "The computational power required. The energy needs alone would." "That's where you're still thinking in conventional terms," Maya interrupted gently. "Our quantum systems don't require power in the way you understand it. They exist partially outside normal spacetime, drawing their capabilities from the quantum fabric of reality itself." To demonstrate, she interfaced with Earth's quantum grid. The satellites surrounding the alien fleet briefly phased out of normal space, becoming visible only as distortions in reality's underlying structure. The alien sensors, designed to detect energy and matter, registered nothing, even as their crew could see the effects with their own eyes. "Your weapons," Vexthor spoke, mandibles clicking thoughtfully, "when they simply made our attack disappear." "We didn't block your plasma beam or absorb its energy," Chen explained. We simply adjusted local probability fields to make it extremely unlikely for those particles to exist in that configuration. The universe did the rest. The implications of this capability sent shockwaves through the alien fleet. Their entire understanding of warfare, of defense, of technological superiority crumbled in the face of an advancement they hadn't even known was possible. But why hide? Vex Thor asked, their earlier condescension replaced by genuine curiosity. Why maintain the illusion of a primitive civilization? President Monroe's quantum projection appeared alongside Chen's. Because we learned early in our development that true advancement comes not from dominating others, but from understanding different perspectives. We wanted to see how you would approach us, what assumptions you would make. And we made the oldest assumption in the galaxy. Vex Thor acknowledged that there is only one path to technological advancement, and that those who hadn't followed our path must be inferior. The quantum hologram shifted again, showing the myriad ways humanity had developed technologies that operated on principles the galactic Concordat had never explored. Dimensional processors that made calculations by utilizing parallel universes. Communication systems that didn't transmit information, but rather synchronized quantum states across any distance instantly. Perhaps, Maya suggested, this is an opportunity for both our civilizations. You've mastered aspects of technology we've barely explored, while we've developed along paths you never considered possible. There's much we could learn from each other. The tension in Earth's orbit began to shift, transforming from a potential confrontation into something far more interesting. The first true exchange of equals in the history of galactic contact. 1 month after the revelation that shook the foundations of galactic society, the scene in Earth's orbit had transformed dramatically. The alien fleet now shared space with humanity's unveiled quantum ships, their contrasting technologies a visible reminder of how different paths could lead to the stars. In the newly established Quantum Space Exchange Center, Dr. Maya Patel stood before a diverse audience of human and alien scientists. The crystalline forms of the alien delegates reflected the quantum holograms that filled the space between them, displaying mathematical proofs that bridged their divergent technological approaches. The integration of our quantum manipulation techniques with your mastery of conventional physics has opened possibilities neither of our civilizations imagined, Maya explained, gesturing to a simulation showing the merger of both technological paths. We've already discovered 17 new principles that emerge from the combination of our different approaches. Supreme Leader Vex Thor, who had chosen to remain as the Concordat's primary representative to Earth, clicked their mandibles in agreement. Our entire understanding of technological progression was based on the assumption that advancement must follow a linear path. You showed us that the universe offers far more possibilities than we imagined. Admiral Chen, watching from his quantum projection, allowed himself a rare smile. The past month had seen more technological advancement than the previous decade, as both civilizations shared their knowledge and explored new possibilities together. But more importantly, it had fundamentally changed how the galactic Concordat approached first contact situations. We've received reports from 12 other developing civilizations in the galaxy, Vex Thor announced to the assembled group. Each has chosen a slightly different path to advancement. We would never have recognized their achievements if we hadn't learned to look beyond our own assumptions. President Monroe's image materialized in the center. And that, perhaps, is the most valuable lesson from our encounter. The universe is vast enough for many paths to the same destination. Our differences don't make us inferior or superior. They make us stronger together. The quantum hologram shifted to show a new project taking shape in deep space, a massive research station being built through the combined efforts of both civilizations. Its structure incorporated both the crystalline engineering of the Concordat and Earth's quantum manipulation technology, creating something entirely new. The Convergence Station, Maya explained to the audience, will serve as a gathering point for civilizations across the galaxy, a place where different approaches to science and technology can be shared and combined. Every species that achieves spaceflight will be welcomed as equals, regardless of the path they took to get there. In the months that followed, The impact of humanity's revelation continued to ripple through galactic society. The Concordat transformed from a hierarchical organization focused on guiding lesser civilizations to a true collaborative network of species, each contributing unique perspectives and technologies. Earth's quantum technology revolutionized space travel, while the Concordat's mastery of conventional physics helped humanity refine their control over quantum phenomena. Together, they achieved breakthroughs that neither civilization could have managed alone. Maya found herself spending more time teaching alien scientists about quantum manipulation, while eagerly learning about their advances in material science and energy control. The exchange of knowledge flowed both ways, enriching both civilizations. "We were wrong," Vexthor admitted during one of their regular discussions with Earth's leadership. "We thought we were coming to guide a primitive species, but instead, you taught us the most important lesson of all. That true advancement comes not from following a predetermined path, but from having the courage to explore the unknown." Admiral Chen nodded in agreement, and perhaps that's humanity's greatest contribution to the galaxy, not our quantum technology or our scientific achievements, but the reminder that the universe is far more mysterious and wonderful than any single civilization can comprehend alone. As the quantum ships and crystalline vessels continued their joint patrols of Earth's solar system, they stood as a testament to this new understanding. Their contrasting forms represented not a hierarchy of advancement, but the beautiful diversity of paths that intelligent life could take in its journey to the stars. The game of deception that had begun with first contact had evolved into something far more valuable. A genuine partnership that promised to reshape the future of all spacefaring civilizations. And in the Quantum Command Center where it all began, Maya smiled as she watched the next generation of human and alien scientists working together, knowing that this was just the beginning of an even greater adventure.